What's up guys, Shay here. The second half of our late night 96 Mew coverage, we have posted games that showcase the power of this deck in the last video. Go check it out if you haven't watched it already. In this video however, you'll see how we struggle through our worst games, sometimes from a bad hand, but more often from garbage plays. Quote for today by Waldo Emerson: "When it is dark enough, you can see the stars." Something to think about. Now let's get diced. Seems like a pretty terrible hand. We'll see what we can do about it. Manaphy is a sign of them playing weak Pokemon on the bench, Lost Zone or Gardevoir just to name the most popular guesses. These decks usually fill a lot of their bench spaces early on, so there's a chance we might find Avery doing some work here. Klefki will bring us some trouble, but we should be able to get rid of whatever they send to the active next turn. We want to avoid throwing away the DTE here because it's the third and last if the fourth is prized. Not in a hurry to draw cards, or so we thought, so we just go ahead and attack. Still nothing painful to discard on their bench, but it's about time to play Avery here to draw Mew as receptor for our DTE, or an extra item card we can throw for Cramomatic. We grab Ultra Ball over Genesect directly to thin our hand and draw more. We probably should have discarded Boss here over Path, since we can fish him back with Palpad, and Path is quite valuable in blocking Gardevoir EX's ability. This judges more good for us than bad, though it's not necessarily a bad play on their side because their hand looks pretty weak as well. We should have given our active VMAX the gloves, because the goal for this turn is to leap and take Gardevoir with us, and gloves ensure the KO even if we don't draw into tabs. Should have evolved the Mew before drawing cards, just bad play there, but draw 5 and draw 6 is usually not that much of a difference. Sending the Mew up is really bad because although they have no energies on the board, and we have Gardevoir EX sealed with Path, losing it will be quite crippling to our board. The leap switch in is one of the worst moments in playing Mew, especially DTE Mew, because there's just nothing good to push out, only not as bad. We can't see their hand, but pushing Zacian out for nothing seems like a bad play. Now we only need to KO Lumineon for the win. A crushing 4 prize KO, something we have to get used to when playing Mew, but we still have the lead and should be able to win as long as we can find VMAX this turn. A very unlucky dead hand. We could have had a chance if we didn't play that boss for the extra card draw. Wasn't thinking about the possibility of drawing into Judge, so a lesson learned there. We might still have a chance here since a lot of their energies are locked on Zacian, and Lumineon cannot receive energies from Gardevoir EX. GG. Our start was okay despite some small mistakes we shouldn't have made, but the eternal problem with Mew is the rate of which it gives prize cards. Everything just falls apart starting from the first VMAX getting KO'd, and there's no way around it since it's our only attacker. A pretty strong start. Tablets and Path are not as critical in Lost Zone matchups, so we can afford to throw them away for speeding up our early game. Got our DTE, and now we have a solid start despite not having VMAX in our reach. We should have played the Path before ending our turn since we have Vacuum in hand, can never be too careful with Drapion. The board plan against Lost Zone is to have 2 VMAXs in play so we can rain Max Miracle on their small Pokemon. We also want to keep a basic Mew on our bench so we can leap when our VMAX runs low on health, and tablets allow these leaps to pick up KOs as we circle our damaged VMAX back into the deck. Once again, we should have played Path before ending the turn. Forgetting about Drapion or not respecting it often result in loses we could have avoided. Only coin flip addicted idiots will play Cramomatic over Ultra Ball here. We want to evolve our bench Mew this turn because Leap will not KO Raikou, so we fire a Techno Blast for 2 prize cards, leaving the damaged VMAX exposed for knockout. Another Ultra Ball thrown away. We're getting too confident with our draw luck. But we don't get punished, and we even get a path to block Drapion. Board's looking pretty good here. We have the full gang. They don't have a giant hand to play, and path is up so they can't even draw with Greninja. We can't run from Drapion forever, at least we forced a vacuum. Should have drawn cards before playing Path. Their Drapion is quite hard to handle here because we lost Belt on the last Mew, and we weren't keeping count of our tablets. Not sure if it's the right call to go for a 2-hit KO and risk our VMAX in active, but we were quite confident they shouldn't have a way around our Path after Roxanne with no extra card draw. And that's game over. GG. We could have played safe by pushing basic Mew out in the end if we had tablets in the deck. They had the luck to draw into a stadium after Roxanne to bump our Path, but it was really unlikely they had Boss or Serena in the hand as well. This game demonstrates how tablet can still be quite valuable in Lost Zone matchups, despite they don't play big targets to take 300 damage smashes. And we should always keep track of our tabs available whenever we can. Debatable whether to keep the Horn or the Tab. We need Tab for an extra damage push on our leaps, as well as the 1-hit KO on Drapion, but Horn drags Drapion back into play for a multi-price knockout. We chose to discard tap here because we have more in the deck. Low mistake here, should have equipped the belt to draw one more. Should have attached the DTE on Genesect. Energies are obviously too scarce a resource to waste on a retreat for this deck, but having Genesect stranded inactive doesn't get us anywhere either. And of course we don't draw into any switch items. We don't have to play Path here because their bench is full and none of their Pokemon in play have a rule box. Still nothing, and we give Cram 2 prize cards for free from the garbage DTE choice. A bit too late to see this. We have to start playing Path because the coming KO frees up space on their bench and Drapion will be on our doorsteps. No surprise here. and that's game over. GG. A close finish. We could have had a much better chance if we retreated Genesect in the beginning, 2 less prize cards given to Cram, and at least 1 extra turn to attack with Mew. An ongoing theme of our mess ups with Mew is the greed manifested from overconfidence on our card draw. Genesect does bring a lot of new opportunities, but there's always a world where we just don't draw into what we need. Whereas cards we see in our hand are certain, so we should prioritize making the best value out of them. In a nutshell, instead of thinking, I don't have the perfect card in hand, so I should burn what I have and pray to draw it with Genesect, the better mindset will be, I have these cards in the hand, they can help with our board this way, and as we try to achieve that, we also make a smaller hand, so we get to see more cards from Genesect. This is all we have for today. We hope you learn a thing or two from bad plays we're not proud of but don't mind sharing, or at least find some confidence seeing someone so bad at the game actually making videos with no shame. We'll be back with another deck from Portland. Have a nice weekend. Be seeing you around. Peace.